40 million Americans are taking statin drugs right now. Up to 29% of them are suffering from muscle pain, weakness, and fatigue that nobody warned them about. So here's the question. What if the supplement everyone recommends for this problem has never actually worked?
Welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. Stay informed with quick, easy-to-listen summaries of our latest articles, perfect for when you're on the go. No reading required. Subscribe for free at Mercola.com for the latest health insights.
Hello and welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. That's the fundamental question that's driven research into statin side effects for years. The conventional advice is to take CoQ10 when statins cause muscle problems. But the published research tells a very different story. Every clinical trial looking at CoQ10 for statin-induced muscle pain has failed to show meaningful improvement. Millions of people have been taking this supplement expecting relief, only to find that it doesn't work for the very problem it's supposed to address.
This disconnect between the advice and the actual science is exactly what Dr. Mercola has been investigating. He's discovered that the real solution to statin muscle problems isn't CoQ10 at all. It's something called Geranylgeraniol, or GG for short. And understanding why GG works requires understanding exactly how statins damage muscle tissue in the first place. The answer lies in a fundamental pathway that governs the production of essential molecules in your body.
The key to understanding this lies in something called the Mevalonate pathway. This is a fundamental metabolic pathway in your body that produces two critical things. First, it produces cholesterol, which statins are designed to block. But here's the critical part. The mevalonate pathway also produces geranylgeraniol. When these two products are created by the same pathway, blocking one inevitably blocks the other. This is a consequence of basic biochemistry that pharmaceutical companies rarely discuss openly.
When a statin drug goes into your system, it doesn't just lower cholesterol, it blocks the entire mevalonate pathway. So your body stops producing not just cholesterol, but also geranylgeraniol. And GG isn't some optional supplement or nice-to-have compound. It's absolutely essential for your muscles to function properly. This is the fundamental problem that statins create, and it's rarely discussed in medical conversations about these drugs. The side effects aren't accidental. They're a direct result of how the medication works at the biochemical level.
The research is very clear on this. Geranylgeraniol is a required substrate for something called skeletal muscle protein synthesis. That means your muscles literally need GG to build and maintain muscle tissue. It's also critical for mitochondrial function, which is the energy production system inside your cells. Without adequate GG, your muscles can't generate energy efficiently and they can't repair themselves properly after activity or stress. The weakness and pain people experience makes perfect sense when you understand this mechanism.
A 2023 paper published in Frontiers in Physiology really clarifies this relationship. It identifies GG as an obligatory substrate for CoQ10 synthesis. So here's what's happening. CoQ10 supplementation fails to help statin users because their bodies can't properly synthesize CoQ10 in the first place. They don't have enough geranylgeraniol available. The research shows this is a biochemical fact, not a matter of opinion or interpretation. This explains why so many people have wasted money on CoQ10 supplements that don't help them.
This is why CoQ10 recommendations have consistently failed to resolve statin muscle pain in real clinical trials. You're trying to supplement a molecule that your body can't even produce efficiently because the raw material for making it has been depleted. It's like trying to build a house without lumber while offering to paint the walls. The fundamental ingredient is missing. The supplement becomes essentially useless because the body lacks the prerequisite to actually use it. This is the critical flaw in the conventional recommendation.
Animal studies have demonstrated that geranylgeraniol supplementation reverses statin-induced muscle weakness. The results are compelling because they show actual restoration of muscle function, not just symptom management. Muscle strength improved, energy levels recovered, and the animals showed no signs of further decline. And importantly, these studies also confirmed that GG supplementation did not create any negative cardiovascular effects. So you're not trading one problem for another. You're actually addressing the root cause without additional harm.
The research suggests a specific dosing approach for geranylgeraniol. The recommended dose is 150 milligrams of GG taken twice daily. That's 300 milligrams per day total. The annatto-derived form of GG appears to be the preferred source based on the research, though it's worth noting that geranylgeraniol occurs naturally in some dietary sources as well. This dosing strategy comes directly from the scientific literature examining what actually works. The consistency of this recommendation across studies is noteworthy.
While the research notes that trace amounts of geranylgeraniol appear in certain dietary sources, the concentrations are far too low to make a meaningful difference for someone dealing with statin-induced depletion. This is precisely why direct supplementation with the annatto-derived form becomes so important. You cannot realistically eat your way out of the GG deficit that statins create. The biochemical math simply does not work in your favor when the pathway is being blocked at such a fundamental level by the medication itself.
Direct supplementation with the 150 milligram dose twice daily is the approach supported by the research for people experiencing statin-related muscle problems. The depletion caused by statins is so significant that dietary intake alone cannot compensate for what the medication is blocking. This is why targeted supplementation with the annatto-derived form of GG becomes essential rather than optional. When you understand the biochemistry, it becomes clear that addressing this at the supplement level is the only practical approach for restoring muscle function.
This really changes the conversation around statins and muscle health. For decades, the standard advice has been to just accept muscle pain as a side effect and take CoQ10 if it bothers you. But now we understand that this approach is fundamentally flawed. The problem isn't a CoQ10 deficiency. It's a geranylgeraniol deficiency caused directly by the statin itself. This represents a significant shift in how we should think about managing statin side effects. When you have a genuine solution, it's time to stop relying on approaches that have repeatedly failed.
The pharmaceutical industry has built an empire around statin medications. These are among the most prescribed drugs in the world. The United States alone has approximately 40 million people taking them regularly. But acknowledging that statins deplete a critical molecule that your muscles need to function properly challenges the narrative that these drugs are universally safe and appropriate for everyone. It's not anti-statin to acknowledge how they work biochemically, it's simply accurate.
And that's the real issue at stake here. If you're experiencing muscle pain, weakness, or fatigue while taking a statin, you now have an explanation for what's happening and a scientifically backed approach to addressing it. This isn't about demonizing statins. It's about honest conversation regarding side effects and real solutions. You deserve to understand the mechanism behind what you're experiencing. You deserve options that actually work.
Dr. Mercola's investigation into this issue reflects his broader commitment to understanding the mechanisms behind common health problems. By identifying the mevalonate pathway disruption and the resulting geranylgeraniol depletion, he's provided a rational explanation for something that millions of people have been struggling with. This is the kind of research that actually makes a difference in people's lives. It's the kind of science that deserves attention and discussion.
The pathway to recovery for statin-induced muscle problems is now clearer than it's ever been. You're not just managing symptoms with a supplement that doesn't work. You're addressing the actual biochemical disruption that the statin is causing in your body. With 150 milligrams of geranylgeraniol taken twice daily, you can restore function to your muscles and recover the energy production capacity that statins have compromised. This represents real hope for the millions dealing with these debilitating side effects. The science is there, the solution is available, and the results can be transformative.
If you're one of the millions of Americans taking statins and experiencing muscle pain, weakness, or fatigue, this information could be genuinely life-changing. You've been told that these symptoms are just something you have to live with, or that CoQ10 will fix them. But the science now shows you have a better option. Head over to Mercola.com to learn more about geranylgeraniol, how it addresses statin side effects, and how to incorporate it into your health strategy today. Don't settle for advice that doesn't work. Get the answers that science has actually discovered. Thank you for listening to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. See you in the next episode.
Looking for trusted health wisdom you can hold in your hands? Discover the life-changing books of Dr. Mercola at joyhousepublishing.com. These titles bring decades of natural health research into practical steps for better energy, stronger immunity, and clearer thinking. Take charge of your health with guidance rooted in science and experience. Visit joyhousepublishing.com now and claim your bonuses while they are available.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe now and click the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.